Tesco. Yeah. Are you aware that Tesco are planning on pulling out of consumer electronics?
No, yes.
Sorry? Was that a no? No, you won't. All right.
Tesco just opened a shop in that town.
Yeah, that's interesting. This was June the 5th. Tesco's financial statement shows blah 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 blah. Monthly sales have declined. Consumer electronics has been specifically singled out by Chief Executive Philip, whatever his name is, Clark, as a sector that takes up a lot of space without creating a lot of profit. That's interesting. Yeah, and it goes on, and it talks about the fact that they're going to get back to doing what they do best. Did you know that they started a £99 computer repair service about 9-12 months ago? Yeah?
Yeah.
So it got trial. We don't know where it got trial. It was certainly mentioned. Was it? Thank you. Lo and behold, it has utterly disappeared. You can't find it. We've got a web address. We were looking at it and we thought, oh Jesus, what's this? What's going on here? All we've got left is a rather crappy image of what the website looked at. It was cached in memory somewhere. Yeah, it's disappeared. If you go to that web address, you get one of those domain hosting messages that comes up. It no longer exists. Why? Well, despite being a huge brand, people just don't buy this stuff. They don't expect a supermarket to start selling these kinds of products and services. That doesn't mean to say that people weren't buying completely. I'm sure there were some people who were quite happy to go into a Tesco and buy a laptop. But by and large, no. Yeah, we've already talked about this morning. Selling consumer electronics and IT takes more than price. It does not fit the box shifting model. That's what these guys are good at. Yeah? Getting stuff that people don't need advice and guidance to make a purchase decision and merchandise it well. Yeah? Classically, of course, it's food, isn't it? Yeah, and that's what they said. Repurposing. Grand, big corporate split this. It means we can't make any money out of it, so we're going to stop. Going back to what we do best. It was inevitable. It's a non-specialist business playing in a specialist space, in a particular market that demands knowledge, services, so knowledge to help people make sure that they're buying the right purchases, I should say, services, things like the virus, the performance checks, all of those sorts of things, upgrades, and customer support. Yeah? Large multiples are margin greedy in a sector with incredibly tight margin. It doesn't fit their model. There's 36% on milk, on a laptop, 5, 8 maybe. It's a hard return to make, especially when people need milk every day. It flies out of the shop like nobody's business. What they're good at is far more profitable than this business. So what they're good at is far more profitable business. In other words, being a grocer will give them far more return than being a consumer electronics store. So it's no surprise really what's happened. There were clearly chancing their arm, perhaps foolishly. Perhaps they've got the money to be able to do that. Shareholders would probably have something to say about that. So, on the cycling analogy, you won that race. You won that race, they can't compete with you.
Do you think we'll see others?
That's a really good question. Yeah, that's a really good question. Yeah. But it must be hurting them too. It must be hurting them too. It must be hurting the Asda's and Sainsbury's in this world. Because Tesco's a successful retailer, successful volume retailer. It's Britain's biggest supermarket, isn't it?
Greediest.
Greediest as well. Yeah. Causes a lot of comment. Tescopoly, isn't it? It's a book. So you've won that race. Oh, we're not going backwards, we're going forwards. So there's opportunity here. I haven't thought through quite exactly how you would take advantage of it, but you could be the consumer electronics department. If you've got a Tesco that's nearby to you, just think about how you can market and sell your business and play to people who are out on the Saturday shop with the family. Yeah? Conspicuous promotions that do things like play to families. So, stereotyping a little, but mobile phones for mum, games for the kids, gadgets and gizmos for dad. Anything you can do to promote that kind of feel and look for your business, if you're close by, gives you an opportunity, because these guys are pulling out of it. I don't know what the timing is on that, but they're pulling out of it. And again, you know, why should I come to you? It's all about going back to stressing services and customer care, customer support, which is a basic principle of competing with the internet.